Nacho Mateo, Chief Investor of Relations at IE Business School. Nacho is the former COO of Spain startup and has worked in innovation, strategy, operations, business development, and legal and financial fields. But he is always looking for new challenges. So Nacho, come with me to the screen and feel free to challenge Mixmove right now.
Thank you, Chris, for the presentation. Could you give us more details about your growth strategy and the next steps that you are trying to move for the coming year?
Sure. That's a very good question. And what we're focusing at the moment is Europe. And we think the market is large enough here for us to capture enough here. But in our longer term strategy, and which is what we're racing for next year, is our expansion to the US. Because we see we are being pulled out in there, but we need to grow sort of at the pace we can handle. So we also have sales reps in Asia Pacific. So we're also being pulled in there, but we're trying to do a growth rate that we can manage and handle.
Okay, perfect.
Amazing. Nacho, while you're here on the screen, just bear with me for a moment because I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. As a former COO of Spain Startup, the company behind South Summit, what does it feel like to be here today, seeing how far South Summit has come and watching these great startup pitches?
Well, I always feel at home every year when we celebrate South Summit. I mean, South Summit is part of the family, and of course I feel super happy every time we celebrate it. And I'm really amazed about how South Summit has evolved in the last years, and I'm really proud about all the South Summit team led by Maria and the rest of the team, which is an amazing team.
That's awesome because every time we look up on the digital panel, you're there. You're always smiling. It's a pleasure to have you here. So IE University is one of the leading educational institutions in the world in terms of entrepreneurship. And Nacho, you're leading all the international initiatives at the IE Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center. So how are you guys promoting entrepreneurship within your students?
Yeah, thanks, William. As you said, I mean, we are very proud to be one of the leading institutions in the world in terms of entrepreneurship. And by the way, I'm very happy to see that Maine Spenger, co-founder of MassMobile and one of our IE alumnus, is participating today in the program. So actually 20% of our graduates end up becoming entrepreneurs. And I think this has a lot to do with the corporate culture of our institution. Since IE University was founded in 1973, entrepreneurship and technology has been part of the core values of our institution. And that's why at IE University, we always encourage our students to become entrepreneurs. So it doesn't matter if you are studying at the law school, at the School of Architecture and Design, or the business school, because at the IE Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, we help all our students since the very beginning, helping them with building their own teams, developing their own business ideas, fostering their business plans, assigning them mentors, or giving them access to our co-working space, which is called RF31. And of course, giving them access to our own IE incubation and acceleration programs, which are called the Startup Lab and the Venture Lab. And I think this support is very important to promote entrepreneurship within our students, but it is just as important to continue helping these students once they finish this first, let's say, construction stage or academic path. So that's why we also help our students afterwards, once they graduate and they need to fight in the real world, where they need to compete against other startups in the market, or they need to find potential investors. This is a critical moment for any entrepreneur, and we know that. So that's why we also help our entrepreneurs at that stage as well. We help them through the entrepreneurship conferences that we organize in more than 20 countries in order to give them visibilities. We try to connect them with top venture capital firms around the world. And of course, we help them getting prepared for this kind of top entrepreneurship conferences such as South Summit. So yeah, in my opinion, that's basically the key of success when you want to promote entrepreneurship within your students. I mean, they need to feel that they have at their disposal all the necessary resources to become entrepreneurs. And at our university, entrepreneurship is in our DNA. So that's why we always encourage all our students to choose the exciting path of entrepreneurship.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for your answers. And will
Thank you.
Mixed Move have the success you were just talking about?